Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Shanvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shabna Kirtanaha Hridiyanthastoya Bhadrani Vidhunoti Shuhatsatam Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagvat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramanand Madhvam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. Everyone can say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, so once again, welcome everyone to Parthsarthi Foundation Bal Mukunda Kids class. Today we are going to learn about another great devotee of the Lord. But just to recap, can anybody tell me who are the great women devotees about whom we have learned so far in last few weeks? Can anybody tell me? Yes, Satvik? Okay.
Draupadi.
Yes.
Kunti Maharani.
Draupadi, Kunti Maharani, yes. Anyone else?
Devhuti.
Devhuti, yes. Some and more.
Suniti.
Suniti, yes, perfect. Anything else? I think, yeah, we learned about so many so far. Okay, today we are going to start about a new character, and that character's name is Shabri. Okay, now this character is from Ramayana. So Draupadi, Kunti, Devahuti, and Suniti we have learned from Srimad Bhagavatam, but Shabri is from Ramayana. Okay, let's see who is Shabri. So Shabri's real name is Shravana. Okay, and she belonged to the Shabar tribe. So tribal people are people who go around traveling in like nomadic lifestyle. Okay, and they don't have like houses, permanent houses and all. So these, and they live usually a very they lead a very simple life in forest. So she belonged to Shabar tribe, and her name was like just she got that name Shabri from her Shabar tribe. She was very kind hearted, although her family, like tribal people, they were all meat eaters, and they were into wine and intoxication and all sort of wrong things. But her her character was not like that. She was very kind hearted, and she never liked killing of the animals and birds and beasts. Okay, and whenever she would see animals in pools of blood, she would start crying, her heart would break, and she hated such kind of life. She just wanted to get rid of it. So what happened one time, her father arranged her marriage, and in the marriage ceremony they had this rule, or they had this kind of ceremony where they had to kill so many animals. So her father, he got so many animals like goats and antelopes, and he made them ready for the sacrifice. When Shabri, she was excited that she's going to get married, but when she saw that so many animals are there, she got doubt in her mind. She thought, why are so many animals here? Then the father said, in your marriage ceremony, all these animals will be killed. Why? Because it is our tradition. So Shabri said that I don't like it. I don't want this tradition to happen in my marriage. So her father said, no, whatever it is, we will have to go through this tradition. And even her husband that she was going to get married to was a person who was from the same tribe. He was also a hunter. He also liked killing animals. And doing all sorts of wrong things like wine and intoxication and other things. So she became very sad. She was grief stricken, and she was thinking, oh my Lord, what should I do? Whole night she kept praying to the Lord, and she was praying, oh my God, please save me from this sinful act. I'm such a fallen woman that I do not want that any of these animals should be killed just because I'm getting married. Please show me the right path. She kept on praying, 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 till half of the night, till midnight. And then when she saw that everybody is sleeping in dead of the night, she left her home. She left her home for the sake of for the sake of the innocent animals. Okay. And she began running at full speed. She kept running, running and running she went into a dense forest. There were thorns on the path. There were wild, animals. And she did not care. She just kept running, and she reached a place where no one could find her. So here we see that she left the house for the sake of innocent animals. Okay. And then next, she kept running in the forest. And then one time she came along many ascetics, like many great sages and rishis were all meditating in the forest. She approached many of them that, please, can you teach me the reality of life, the truth of life? Can you give me transcendental knowledge about absolute truth? But nobody was accepting her. Nobody was taking her as their student. Why? I mean, taking her as the student. Why? Because she was born in a low family of meat eaters and wine, people who are into wine and all. And then finally she kept walking, 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 and then she reached a lake which is known as Pampa Lake. And then she was so tired, she just slept, on the ground. And next day in the morning, there on the banks of river, she saw a sage came. His name was Matanga Rishi. Okay. And then when she saw him, as soon as she took his darshan, she thought she has realized that she has obtained a divine peace of mind. She was so peaceful. She thought the purpose of her life is about to get accomplished. She thought, if I serve this great sage, I shall certainly, attain the perfection of my life. But I'm such a low born person, nobody accepted me till now. I'm untouchable. And although he looks so merciful, but my presence might pollute him. My presence might hinder his penances and his austerity. And then she just did not approach Matanga Rishi, and next to that Rishi's hermitage, she made her own small hut. Okay. A small her own small house. And then in that house that she made, she did not have many comforts. She would maintain herself just by little fruits or roots, okay, whatever she found in the forest. And she had a desire that I have to serve these sages. Remember, she approached so many sages. Harini, please pay attention. And then get rid of that thing. Okay. So then she had desire to serve the devotees. So she would every day wake up early in the morning. She would clean the road. So whenever the sages would go from that path to take bath in the river, she would clean the path and put all the like she would sprinkle the path with water, put little sand on it, and then she would collect all the wood for fire and keep it next to that path, so that those rishis and sages don't have to worry about wood fire, because earlier time they did not have electricity and gas stoves like us. So they needed wood fire. So she would make arrangements for that. She would make sure that the road is well prepared, so there isn't any single thorn on the path, so that rishis can easily walk on the path. And then she began to serve the sages in that way. And one time, all the sages are thinking, how is it possible this girl, I mean, they didn't know, but they were thinking, who is this person who is cleaning the path for us? Because earlier it was not like that, but now it is always clean, it is soft, it is sprinkled with water, and the wood is also ready for us. So they asked their disciples, can you check who is making all this arrangement for us? And then they said, oh, Rishi, there is this woman who daily cleans the road, and she collects the wood and keeps it near our hermitage for yagna. Then when Sage Matanga heard this, he said, okay, call her. Then the lady came. Who came? Shabri came, and they asked her, oh lady, who are you? Why are you doing this great service for us? Then Shabri says, first she offers her obeisances. Remember, when anyone, if great sages come to our house or we go in their front of them, first of all we offer our obeisances. Okay, so after offering obeisances, she said, oh great sage, my name is Shabri and I'm born in a very low family. I want to purify myself by serving the sages in the forest. Please bless me. I do not consider myself any good. I don't think that I am very great, but with your blessings, I want to do this service. Please forgive if I have done any offenses at the lotus feet of any of you. Then upon hearing those words, Sage Matanga's heart, melted out of compassion. And he said, you are a very great soul. Don't even think that you have offended us in any way. And he said that you are performing such a great austerity to attain the love of Godhead. Even if you are born in low family or high family, does not matter. What kind of birth you have does not matter. The only thing that matters is devotional service to the Lord. He said, you are allowed, you are given permission by me to serve all the sages and myself, and you can keep continue living here in the hut next to our hermitage. Shabri was so happy because this was her heart's desire, and it was fulfilled. She finally was accepted by Guru. And then upon hearing this, she began, overwhelmed, and tears started coming out of her eyes. And she said to Sage, I do not desire for any, anything. I just want to serve you. Then Sage Matanga was thinking, what is she eating? Because naturally she did not have any kitchen or anything. They said, we'll, arrange food for you. Then Shabri says, no. Like I said, I don't want any material benefits. I will continue eating the fruits and roots from the forest and continue serving you. I'm not at all interested in any material life. Please bless me so that by serving you, the love of Godhead is able to manifest in my heart. And then after that, she started serving sages for so many years. And during that time, there were many other sages who did not like her. Although Sage Matanga accepted her as disciple and gave her instruction to serve, but then there were other sages who did not like her presence in the forest. They used to think she's from low birth. How is she accepted disciple by Sage Matanga? This is not right. And top of that, she's woman, she's untouchable. And they, used to pass all other kind of judgments at her. But Sage Matanga did not, let this affect his decision. And he was very well aware that how are the principles of devotional life. Devotion to Lord does not look at all these things like low birth, high birth, woman, man, rich, poor. Whoever has love in heart can be a devotee. We know that devotees of the Lord are poor also, like Sudama. Devotees of the Lord are rich also, like what's that person's name? Amrish Maharaj, right? Kings, Kshatriyas, Brahmanas, all kind of people are devotees of the Lord. So he gave her shelter near the hermitage without considering any of the social status. And then Shabri started living, there. And time kept on passing by. So one time Sage Matanga called Shabri and said, please come here, my dear daughter. And then Shabri came, and then he said that now soon the time is coming that I'm going to leave this body. I want to give you some benediction. Benediction means some blessing. So he was very pleased with the kind of service Shabri had done. So he asked her that you can ask anything. But Shabri was not ready for this moment. She said, oh my dear father, you are my support, you are my guru, you are my teacher by whose instruction I have been performing my devotional service, and I will be very helpless when you leave the body. It is because of your mercy that I am serving so many sages here. I got permission to stay here. How will I live without you? Then Sage Matanga says that no, don't talk about all these things. Please do not become impatient, and don't grieve. I'm going to leave this body shortly, and that's for sure. But you will certainly have a good news. And that good news is that one day Lord Rama, the son of King Dashratha, will pass from the same place. And at that time, when you will have his darshan, you will attain liberation. Okay? Until that time, you keep waiting here, chant his holy names, and be prepared for his welcome always. And then after that, sage Matanga left his body. But he did not tell her that how long he is going to come after. Okay? He just tell. And look at Shabri. Shabri, as per the instruction of her great guru, Matanga Rishi, she kept she kept waiting for Lord Rama with great eagerness. She would always chant Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, like that. Okay. And she had complete faith in her guru's word. She did not question that, oh, how will he come? When will he come? What if he doesn't come? She did not ask so many questions. She just heard, okay, my guru said Lord Rama will come. And she followed his instruction and quickly executed his orders. And then she would clean the path every day, like she did for sages, right? She would clean the path every day, prepare it with water, remove any thorns or leaves or twigs or any grass, dry grass that was on the path. And she would always collect the fruits. She would always taste the fruits, on which tree the fruits are very yummy, like it is not very sour and it is very sweet. She would just pluck the right amount, like right tasting fruit from each tree, and she would collect it in the hope that Lord Rama is going to come now. And then with that, she was completely absorbed in thoughts of Sri Ram. And then one day what happened, there was this lake nearby, Pampa Lake. Okay. So one day Shabri went to bring water from Pampa Lake. And as usual, a sage was performing, not Matang Rishi. Matang Rishi is, left the body. There was this another sage. He was doing his tapasya there, like taking bath or, doing something, offering water or whatever he was doing. And when he saw that Shabri was there, he became very angry. And he took a stone and he hit on Shabri, and it hit on Shabri's head, and the blood started coming out from her head, and few drops of the blood fell into the lake or river, whatever it is. And then there, in all the water, just with few drops of that blood from her head, the entire lake became red. So it was contaminated. And then the lake was full of blood and it was red in color. For so many years, all the other rishis tried to purify it by putting other holy river water like Ganges, Yamuna, Godavari. They tried to do some yagna with their mystic powers. So many things they tried, but they could not, any of their efforts could not make the river or lake water turn again normal. Then after many years of this incidents, Lord Ram arrived in the forest. Okay. It was a time for him to meet Shabri. So he was passing from there. So basically he was looking for Sita. So that time Sita Devi was already kidnapped by Ravan, and they were passing by that place to look for Sita. And then they saw this river, which was full of blood and red in color. And then he asked, why is this turned lake into blood? And we tried, then they said, we don't know. And everybody just said, we don't know how it turned red, but we have tried so much. We tried all the different means and methods to clean this river, but it's not becoming clean. What should we do? Then Lord Rama said, okay, let me dip my feet into the river. And when he dipped the feet into the river still did not become better. It was still red. And then he said, okay, now you all have to tell me truth. Tell me, how did it become red in first place? Then all the sages said, they narrated the story of how Shabri was living in the forest. She was accepted by Matanga Rishi. And then one day, one Rishi hit stone on her forehead, and then blood came out. Blood, few drops fell into the river, and then it became contaminated. Then Lord Rama said, it's then Lord Rama said, it is not Shabri's blood that is making the river or lake contaminated, but it is my heart's blood. Why? Because where do devotees live? Where do devotees live? They live in Lord's heart. Okay. So when you say anything wrong to devotees, it hurts. Instead of hurting devotees, it hurts Lord's heart. Okay. Then he said, I immediately desire to see my devotee. Please bring my devotee here. And then all the devotees, go and inform Shabri that Lord Rama has come. And then here we see that after Lord Rama comes, she runs towards Lord Rama saying, Rama, Rama. And then, when she approached Lord Rama, as soon as some dust from her feet fell into the river becomes clean again. Then Lord Rama says, see, it is whatever contamination is there in the world, it will get cleansed only with the dust of the lotus feet of my devotees. So as soon as the dust from Shabri's feet touch the river, which was contaminated, it all became clear. And then she fell at Lord Rama's lotus feet and she washed his feet and gave him a nice place to sit. And then she was so overwhelmed. She was so excited with her emotions. Her voice choked up. Her tears started falling from her eyes. And to see her happy, Lord Rama was also happy. Okay. Like every day, Shabri would decorate the hermitage and the path, right, along the forest. So that day also everything was nicely arranged, everything was clean, decorated, fruits were ready, and Lord Rama started eating. She offered fruits and then Lord Rama started eating the fruits. But then Lakshman realized that these fruits are already tasted by Shabari. Then he tries to tell him that, Lord, dear brother, don't eat these fruits, they are already contaminated. Then Lord said, oh Lakshman, these fruits are full of her devotion. And he continued eating those fruits. And he said, even though she tasted those fruits, tasting of those fruits was not with intention to enjoy herself, but the intention was to make sure that I don't get any sour fruits. Okay. And he felt as if his own mother Kaushalya, Dashrath's wife, his own mother is feeding the fruits to her. Okay. And with this, Lord praised those fruits and her spontaneous devotion for him. And that way Shabri attained perfection. And then after that, Shabri realized that, oh my God, Lord Rama is here. I should be offering him prayers. I should, because Lord is Uttam Shloka. He has to be glorified with choicest of shlokas, with good words. I don't know any words. I'm fallen woman. Then Lord Rama says, oh, greatly fortunate one. Loving devotion to me is the most important thing and the only thing that is required. You don't have to have so much scholarly education or good words. I mean, if you have it, it's good. But if you don't have, then you don't have to worry. Krishna just looks at your intention and your willingness to serve him. And he does not see, are you born in a rich family, low family, like we discussed. He said, no, your devotion is more than enough for me. Then Lord Rama, with his own free will, he instructed what are the ways of devotional service. He instructed her in 9 ways of devotional service, that how you have to associate with devotees, like-minded people. Sadhu Sangha is so important. Then you have to get attached to bhajan kriya. Then how you have to serve Guru by becoming free from your false ego of I, me, myself. Okay. Then how you have to sing his glories, chant his holy names, see everyone with equal vision. We should not say that, okay, I will only have compassion on human beings. No, he said we have to see everybody with equal vision, even animals, birds. We should not harm anybody unnecessary. And then we have to be self-satisfied. Whatever we get, we should be satisfied. We live in big home, we'll be satisfied. We live in small home, we'll be satisfied. We get good dinner, we'll be satisfied. If we get no dinner, we should be satisfied. If we get praises, we have to be satisfied. If we don't get praises, somebody points out our mistake, we should be satisfied. And then he said we should be free from duplicity. Duplicity means we should not be like two-faced, something here and something there. We should always be simple, whatever is in our heart, and only Krishna should be in our heart. Only Lord and his glory should be on our heart. We should not try to manipulate things, talk bad about others. Okay. And then he says that even if any of the devotees renders me service with any of these qualities, they become very dear to me. And then he says that today you have attained a very high position which even a great rishis cannot attain. Okay, with this we can see that how Shabri waited for so long, and she waited and waited and waited. She had firm faith in the words of her guru. She was very simple. She had compassion, mercy for animals. She left her house. She was not selfish that, okay, I'm getting married. Doesn't matter if animals are getting killed. No, she left the house and she was very steadfast. Steadfast means she stood on her decision. It's not that she left the house and, after spending one night in the forest, scared of all the animals and darkness, she came back home. No, she kept continue doing that. She kept continue serving the sages in the forest. And with the blessings of Matanga Rishi, she kept waiting for Lord Rama for so many of years, so that Lord Rama will come and bless her. She had faith in the words of her guru. So we all should also try to follow in footsteps of Shabri by being merciful to everybody. We should be very simple. We should not look for material comforts in life. We should be fixed that no, I'm going to serve Krishna no matter what. And then we should always have firm faith in the words of Guru. Like Srila Prabhupada said, if you chant 16 rounds, if you associate with devotees, if you read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, you'll go back home, back to Godhead. You'll get love of Godhead. So we should have faith in words of Srila Prabhupada. And if you are not mute, please mute. Satvik. Okay. With this, we'll stop our presentation on Shabri. Now, I want to know if any of you have any questions on this topic before we go on to craft. Any of you have any realizations or you want to say anything in regards to story? Yes, Nushant.
What's the material?
Yeah, we'll go on to material, but first I want to know if anybody of you have anything to say about story.
I
Like the
have
story.
something to say too.
Okay.
That even though anything happens, you should be satisfied.
Yes, we should be satisfied. Very nice. Very good.
Like
Nushant.
I was one time I only got to eat only one slice of cake, and I was satisfied with that.
Yes, we should always be satisfied. Sometimes it does happens. Cake is our favorite food for all of us.
I don't like cake.
You
I
don't
only like my home cakes.
Yes, home cakes. That's what I'm talking. Home cakes only. We like our prasadam cakes, but sometimes, in programs and all, we don't get, equal pieces or all. We should be satisfied that at least we are in association of devotees. We are getting their mercy, right? Very nice point, Nushant. Thank you so much. Yes, Satvik, you want to say something?
Why did you keep cleaning? Why did you keep cleaning the road?
Because she didn't know when he's going to come, right? So she thought, okay, maybe today he will come, maybe today he will come. So she kept cleaning it every day, that whenever he comes, it should be clean. That was the idea. Okay. Yes, Mishri.
You should never say bad things.
We should never say bad things. Very true. So we are all, kids of Krishna. So Krishna is our father and we are all siblings. Okay. As a big family. And imagine if we talk bad about our siblings, our parents will not get happy, right? It will hurt them. So similarly, when we talk bad about any of the human beings, any of the animals, we hurt anybody, Krishna is very hurt. Okay. Thank you so much. Beautiful realization, Mishri. Anyone else? Yes, Shahasrad, Sanvika.
Sister's not here, but anyways, so like I forgot. So was so you so Krishna's our father, right?
Sorry?
Krishna's our father, right?
Krishna is our father, yes.
So so is he the father of all the gods?
He's what was the last part? Can you repeat it?
Is he the father of all the gods? All of them?
Yes. All the other gods are his assistants. They are also, his parts and parcels. They are also, authorities appointed by him to take care of maintenance of the material world. Okay. So they
Okay.
just help him. They are just helping him.
And my question about this is like, I forgot. What was her name again? I forgot.
No worries. You can think and you can come back. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll take Mrityunjan. Mrityunjan, I see your hand raised. Do you have any query?
Everything is equal to God.
Yes. Everything is for Lord. Everything is, yes. Okay. Anyone else? We are good? Okay. Okay, so we'll stop here. Shahasrad, you remembered the point that you wanted to say?
So my point that I wanted to say is you should not be mean.
Yeah, we should not be mean. We have to be simple. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. So Nushant, you are saying something?
So so how did she wash the road if the river was blood, all blood?
Yeah. So she used to take water from the other river.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
But she took in another river and then okay.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Beautiful questions by all the kids and beautiful realizations. We'll move on to our craft. Okay. Give me one moment. I'll call your craft teacher. So everybody have their things outside. Okay. She's coming. Have your construction paper ready. Your
what colors do we need?
Any colors are fine. Okay. Here she is. Where are you going to sit and do it, here or outside? Okay, take it.
I'm gonna use purple and orange because those are the only beautiful colors that I have. Rest of them are just black. Okay, that's fine. Okay. 1 second. Okay, Hare Krishna guys. So today we're gonna make the butterfly handprint thingy. So what you need are three different colored papers of your choice. I have blue, and purple and white because those are the only colors I have. But you can choose whatever you want. And then you need scissors. Then you need glue. And then you need a pencil and then like a pen, like a black pen or marker or anything. Just some colors. So yeah, let's get started. So what you're gonna do first is you're gonna take the first paper, the first color of your choice. I'm gonna take it. Yeah. So you're gonna take the first color of your choice and sketch out, trace your hand 2 times on the paper. On the first paper, trace your hand 2 times. So it's gonna be like this. You're just gonna trace the outline of your hand. I'm sure you guys have done this before, so it's gonna be easy. And also keep your fingers kind of like separated, just like mine. Don't keep your fingers together. So it'll look more like a hand.
And only do around, oh yeah, you guys can't see it, 1 second. So only do it from here all the way around up till here. And then when you're done with that, you take your hand off and then connect it like this. So it will look like, okay, you guys can see it. I'm gonna trace it so you guys can see it. So you're gonna do that twice on your paper, one colored paper.
Like, how much do you have to do?
Just from here to this part, all the way around to this part, and then connect it.
Over here?
Yeah, okay. So then when you're done tracing your hand 2 times on the paper, you are going to cut it out, which will take some time. If you want it to look nice, it's gonna take some time. But yeah, so now that you're done tracing it, you guys can see it, kind of. Now that you're done, yeah, I don't think you guys can see it, but that's fine. Yeah, Nia, your paper looks good. Okay, and then you're gonna take some scissors, and then you're gonna cut out both of the hands on your first paper.
Do we have to do left hand and right hand?
Yeah, you could do that. You could do left hand and right hand, or just right hand 2 times or left hand 2 times. It's fine. Doesn't matter what hands you use. But if you want it to be symmetrical, you can use your left hand and right hand. But if you don't want it to be symmetrical, you can just use both of one hand. And so I'll give you guys some time to do that. Oh, and if you guys have any questions, make sure to ask me. And this is really easy, so I think you guys can do this. And if you're like little and if you don't know how to handle scissors yet, you can ask your parents to cut it out. But if you know how to handle scissors, then that's fine.
Do we have to outline it with black before you cut?
You can use a pencil. A pencil is fine. But if you can't see the pencil line, then you can use a black. It's fine. Whatever you use is fine to trace it.
Okay. What are we making?
Oh, we're making a butterfly. And the petals, the little wings of the butterfly are made out of your hands. So it looks unique, so yeah. So I'm done with one hand. This is how it looks like. But we're just gonna do that again and again until we got 4 hands.
Do we have to make 4?
Yeah, so 2 on one paper and 2 on a different colored paper.
Okay.
But just focus on the 2 for one paper right now. Just focus on one paper right now. Now, after you're done with the one paper, you can do the next paper and draw.
I'm done with my 2 hands.
Okay, that's
I folded my paper and cut it, so I got 2. So I want to do my next paper.
yeah, you can do your next paper. Yeah, that's smart. If you can use Hrithika's strategy where you fold it in half and then you like trace it on one side and then you cut both of the papers. But if you can also do the technique where you draw both of them if your hand is too big. Just come on.
അതേമാതിരി എടുത്ത് ரெண்டு வரைக்கும் கொண்டு வா 2 வரைக்கும் கொண்டு வரமாட்டோமா மேலே போய் கரெக்டாக அவ்வளோதான் இப்போ கட் பண்ணு அவ்வளோதான் அவங்க என்ன பண்ணியிருக்காங்கன்னு பார்த்துவா
Guys, make sure to stay on mute. Okay.
இப்போ கட் பண்ணு
Okay. So can you?
அது கோட்லேயே கட் பண்ணிட்டு போகணும் அழகாக கோட்லேயே கட் பண்ணிட்டு போகணும் கோட்டை விட்டு அந்தாண்ட போயிடாது
Okay, so I finished both of these hands. This is how it looks like. And now that we're done with one paper, we're gonna take your second color. And then you're gonna trace your hand 2 times on this other paper as well. But you guys can take your time. But I'm just gonna move on. Okay.
Mataji.
Yes.
I'm done with my both hands.
Okay, that's good. You can wait until we move on to the next step. This is really easy. We only have like one more paper to cut out. Then we can like glue it together. Then we can draw on it, and then yeah, this is a really quick craft. Okay, now I'm done with all the 4 hands. This is how it looks like. And a lot of other people are done. But raise your hand if you're not done. Like virtually raise your hand. Okay, some of you guys are not done, so I'll give you guys a few more minutes. You know what? Now that I'm done with the 4 hands, this is what I'll do. I will draw out the shape for the next paper, and then you guys can just copy that shape down. And then I'll just leave the paper there on the camera. So this is how the shape looks. While you guys are cutting out the paper, by the time you guys are done cutting out your hands, you guys can draw this as well.
So, like, I got some green paper for the piece. I got green paper. So should I draw that on the green paper?
Oh, what happened? Can you repeat that?
So like I have this green paper. So I draw that shape I draw that shape on this one because that's like on the picture on WhatsApp, like it showed green the body piece that is green. So I got green paper for that.
Yeah, that's fine. You can use whatever colors you want. Yeah,
okay.
But I'm just using white because that's the only color I have.
Okay.
Oh, and you guys can also draw the face on it before you cut it out. That's fine. So I'm gonna take my black pen or marker and I'm gonna draw the face on the butterfly's body. If you want to, you can do it before or after cutting it out.
I have Google Eyes for the eyes.
Yeah, you can use googly eyes if you want. But since I don't have them, I'm just gonna use a pen. But yeah, googly eyes are a good idea. Either way is fine.
I can't do this because I don't have color paper.
You don't have colored paper, it's fine. You can just use white paper and you can color it on. You can use like a marker or a crayon and then color the white paper.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Since I have like white paper for this, I'm just gonna color it yellow later or whatever color. Because some people don't have colored paper and that's fine. Okay, now I'll cut the shape off. I'll cut the shape out, but I'll leave this shape, I'll leave this part in the camera so you guys can also copy that shape. Just wait 1 second. After I'm done cutting this out, you guys can copy it. Mom, shut.
Okay.
Oh guys, I forgot to say this. Make sure the shape is kind of big. I accidentally made it kind of small. So I'm just gonna make it like this long again, because you need to fit all the hands on it. So I'll just draw it again. I'm sorry. So yeah, this is kind of how it should look like. And make sure it's really big, like big.
You mean by tall?
Yeah, you can make it tall, but you can also make it wide. Make it wide so like
Could
the
you show
pants.
me the face again?
Okay, yeah, this is the face. Make sure it's like wide, but make sure it's also tall. So make sure it's like most of the paper. I'll cut it out and then I'll put it in the camera. It might take some time. So this is how the shape should look like. I'll put it down here for you guys to copy. Good job, Nia. Your paper is good. I like your body's good.
Anna.
Oh, and if you want, you can add little lines going like this, because usually butterflies have that. So lines that go like this. Wait, I'll show you. Curved lines throughout the whole body. If you want to, you can add lines like that. Because usually I see butterflies that have that, if you want to. And I'll move on in a few minutes because we need to move on.
I colored mine yellow.
Your what? You're coloring yours yellow? Okay, that's fine. Yes, Sahasrad, what happened?
So is this size good? Can I
Show me your hand. Can you show me your hand paper to see?
like this? Like my hand papers like these.
Okay, can you show me them next to each other?
The hand looks like the.
Yeah, but can you show your body and your hands together? I want to see them compared.
Can I color mine?
Yeah, you can color yours if you can color them. It's fine. You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
As long as your hand is like half the size of this, it's fine. Like this side, as long as it's halfway, it's fine. But if it's like the full body is the size of the hand, then you might need to make yours bigger. But yeah.
So it's hard to hold these.
Huh? What happened?
It's hard to hold these.
What?
Hard to hold these. So
Okay.
like this.
Okay.
It would look like Mataji.
Yeah. What's your name?
Can we like glue the hands on the wings now?
Okay. Yeah, we can. But I just need to find out. Wait.
Wait, is this good?
Hey guys. I need to raise your hand if you're not done. If you're not done cutting these out. Okay. Some of you guys are not done cutting them out. But yeah, I'll just move on with the gluing process. As long as you guys remember what I'm doing, you guys can do it later. But what you're gonna do now, pay attention. You're gonna put glue. You're gonna take your glue stick and watch carefully. You're gonna glue the you see the bottom of the hand, you see this bottom part in the palm of it, you're gonna glue that part. You're gonna put glue on that part. Just like this. So now, what you're gonna do, look carefully. You're gonna put your hand like this on the back side, not on the front, but you're gonna put it on the back of the body. So your hand will look like this. Okay. It'll look like that. So in the front, it will look like this. Okay, my butterfly is kind of small by accident. But, oh, sorry. It's supposed to look like this. On the back, this is the back. This is the front. Okay. And we're also gonna do that with the other hand. So make sure for the top two hands, they're the same color, and the top and the bottom hands, the bottom two hands, they're gonna be the same color. So I'm gonna take the same color, the blue hand, and I'm gonna put it up here like this. Okay. So I'll just show you the process of it on mute.
I'm done now.
Oh, yeah, I see. Oh, good job, Sana. That's nice. But yeah. So this is how when you have two hands, this is how it should look like on the back. This is how it should look like on the front, something like this. And now for the bottom hands, if your butterfly is kind of small, instead of doing the bottom one like this, you can kind of put it at an angle, pointing down, like this. Because my butterfly body is small. So now that we're done with this is how
Is it good,
okay.
Mataji?
Huh? Wait, what's your name?
Raghav.
Raghav. Yes, that's good. Wait, kind of put it up a little. Yes, that's good. Now you need to do the bottom too. So this is how it should look like on the back when you have three hands. And this is how it should look like on the front when you have three hands. Something like this. And now I'm gonna take my fourth and final hand and I'm gonna glue it in the same, like the same. I'm gonna glue it in the same manner.
I'm done.
You're done? Okay, that's good. If you're done, you can leave the call. Oh, sorry. If you're done, you can leave the call and you can post it on the WhatsApp group chat. By the way.
Bye, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so now if you're done with all four hands, this is how it should look like on the back, and this is how it would look like on the front, something like this. I kind of made my butterfly body small, so that's why it looks weird. Okay, if you guys know the rest of the process, you guys can leave and do it off camera. I mean, off the Zoom call. Yeah.
Bye, Hare Krishna.
No, but if you have questions, you can stay on the line. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
What happens, Ashad?
My question is like, can you use tape?
Yeah, you can. I used glue, but if you don't have glue, you can use tape. But if you have glue, I would recommend you use glue.
I cannot find the glue, so I'm using tape.
Okay, that's fine. If you don't have glue, you can use tape.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Garima, for a very, very wonderful craft. As well as thank you so much, Mataji, for a very wonderful session. So, Garima, we have to wait, beta.
What?
We have to wait or we have to close our call. Are you done?
Yeah, I think if they have questions, they can stay on the line. But if they don't, they can leave.
Okay. So, kids, if you have any question, you can ask to Garima Didi. If you don't, so we have to close your call, or I request to everyone, please post your craft in our WhatsApp group. So the kids will also encourage and come to the calls. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.